An all-new Eye on the Bay in HD starts right now.
I'll travel to the Mojave Desert right here to a town with no vowels. In fact, with no town.
We'll take you to a place that's almost impossible to find.
And impossible to forget.
From awesome trailer parks to awesome lost towns, we'll no doubt be showing you a part of California you probably didn't even know existed. So, come along with us as we go much deeper into the wilds of Southern California.
We're your Gotta Get Away for the Day guide, your Let's Try a New Place to Eat guide, even your Hey, It Really Happened Here guide. We're the tour guide with you in mind. Eye on the Bay.
We're on a week-long desert road trip. Day 2 of our desert adventure begins today, and boy, did we have a wonderful trip yesterday.
What a great day. All the spots we visited were just stunning. Artist Palette, Devil's Golf Course, Badwater. It was captivating.
Yeah, for us exploring this natural wonderland for the very first time. But let me tell you, what we're about to enjoy today as we head south, some 250 miles towards Joshua Tree, is going to be equally exciting and equally unique.
Yeah, it's been a great trip so far. 550 miles from the Bay Area to Death Valley is what we traveled. We're putting on more mileage today.
Yep.
But you know, there's one more spot I want to visit before we leave Death Valley. But we're missing Brian Hackney.
I know, last night Brian headed off on a solo trip.
Yeah.
Shall we see if he even made it back?
Well, you did make it back.
You guys are up bright and early.
Yeah. Well, we want to go to one more spot, Scotty's Castle, before we leave Death Valley. Want to come?
It's too early. I just got up. I can't make it. I'm just not ready. So you guys go have a good time.
All right. All right, see you later.
Thanks, Brian. After leaving Furnace Creek Inn for Scotty's Castle, we passed another great place to stay while visiting Death Valley, the Furnace Creek Ranch. It features affordable lodging, a steakhouse, a saloon, a general store, the Borax Museum, bike and jeep rentals, and at 214 feet below sea level, the lowest 18-hole golf course in the world with its own golf cart drive-through. And since Death Valley is one of the sunniest places on Earth, the resorts at Furnace Creek harness the sun's energy to supply more than a third of their power needs.
We get lots of sunshine here. Cloudy days are unique and kind of pleasant for those of us who live here year-round. So yeah, we get lots of sunshine. I would say probably 330 plus days a year of clear, sunny skies. So perfect for this type of facility.
All right, this is our official hair cam. It's fun driving through the valley in a convertible, but this is what happens to your hair. Not a pretty sight. Well, we made it. We are here at Scotty's Castle.
What a lovely drive that was.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh!
Are you okay?
I'm
Don't
okay.
hurt yourself.
A unique spot. I'm going to go and find the ranger.
I'll look for Scotty. I'll see you in a bit.
Good luck finding Scotty, by the way. This is the last thing you'd expect to find in a desert, Scotty's Castle, which is an hour and 15-minute drive north of Furnace Creek. Here to tell us all about it is Ranger Abby Snow. Good to see you, Abby.
Good to see you.
Scotty's Castle, let's begin with the name. What's it all about?
Well, Scotty was a con man. He never owned Scotty's Castle, and he didn't even live here. He lived in another cabin about 5 miles away, but he told the world that his secret gold mine that he had gotten millions of dollars from was here underneath the castle. The truth was that Scotty's Castle was a vacation home built by Albert and Bessie Johnson from Chicago in the early 1920s. They built this as their private vacation home, but when curious visitors started to come, Scotty told them that there was a gold mine under the castle, and the name stuck.
What a rascal.
Pretty much. Large numbers of people started to come to the castle in the late 30s. While the owners were still here, they started charging $1.10 for tours, taking tours through themselves.
As people take tours here, what will they discover inside?
Well, the inside of Scotty's castle still has all the original furnishings. Even the carpets and curtains are original, and we have quite a few original clothing inside. As the rangers take people through inside, we all dress to portray someone who was here in the late 1930s, so we do living history programs and tell the story of this colorful history.
And Scotty ended up out here in the desert, what you might call a desert rat.
So what happened to the owners? What happened to Scotty?
Scotty outlived Albert and Bessie Johnson. They both passed away in the 40s. Scotty passed away in 1954, continued to live here at the place that was not his castle.
Well, I've been walking all over looking for Scotty, and I think I found him right up there on that hill. He may not be with us anymore physically, but Scotty and his dog are both up there, still watching over this property. Hey, hey.
Ah, there he is.
Hi there. Hop on
gang.
in, buddy.
Professor Hackney,
Mr.
welcome
Maglum.
aboard. Yes,
Did you have a
take
good
your bag,
time?
sir.
Yep.
Scotty's castle was cool.
Unique.
Where next?
Joshua Tree.
Here we
Let's
go.
go.
Woohoo!
Now, how far are we from San Francisco at this point?
Roughly 550 miles, give or take about 10 miles or so.
550 miles and another 1,000 to go. How does that make you feel?
And many more days together, guys.
That's the best part of this whole trip, is the togetherness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, joy.
By the way,
it's been a great bonding experience. It really has. You guys are great.
Our final destination today is Joshua Tree, but we'll be stopping along the way when we see locations of interest. Well, like this place in Death Valley Junction.
Hey, guys. 30 miles from Death Valley. We're here.
The Amargosa Opera House.
All right.
Woo, let's check it out. Well, look who's here. Rich Ragnell, you are the Director of Operations here at the Opera House.
Yes, I am.
Not only are you the Director of Operations, you're also the mayor.
I'm also the local judge, I'm the local jury, I'm the sheriff's department, fire department, roto-rooter man, veterinarian to the wild horses here, and also the local executioner.
Tell me about the history of this place.
Well, it's got a very unique history. It's got Pacific Borax Company history. It's also got Marta Beckett history. So it's very diversified, and it started right back in the 1900s.
What's the borax history? Let's start with that.
Pacific Borax was here up until about 1929, and they basically made this place. It's an old Pacific Borax Company town.
And then when did Marta Beckett find it?
Well, Marta came along in 1967. She had a little flat tire over at our garage. And she stepped over here to the doors and saw this place, and she said the theater was screaming her name. Come do something with me.
Now in her 80s, this lifelong ballerina performs in her opera house every Sunday to curious passersby or to nobody at all. Well, she never actually performs to an empty house because she has painted a crowd on the walls.
Now, where is Marta today?
Well, Marta's not feeling that great today, so she's probably not going to be doing an interview today.
Okay.
But
Well, we're glad you
I
stepped in.
stepped up to the plate for her.
And what was her vision for it, though? Because there's sort of a little bit of everything here.
Well, you know, she painted herself a 17th century Spanish Renaissance court here. And of course, she didn't leave out anybody. She's got the nuns and the monks here. She's got the local ladies of the night, Mash Meadows, along with the local madam here. She painted party revelers that have been out at the ball, the gypsies. All kinds of acts getting ready to perform. What she was doing is she was creating herself her own theater in the 17th century.
And she still performs to this day?
To this day, she still performs, and this is who she performs to, because even though she may have 150 people sitting down here, she's still performing for the king and queen in the court.
Since Marta Beckett couldn't perform today for the King and Queen, our producer/traveling minstrel Ruben Annis whipped up a little ditty with the help of Mr. Maglum for the royal court's viewing pleasure.
So it'll be like a
We've gone 600 miles and things are heating up. We've seen majestic valleys and lots of wacky stuff.
I'm traveling with 6 dudes, but so far it's okay.
We're tripping through the desert for Eye on the Bay.
Thank you, thank you.
Ruben?
Ruben Manis on the piano, everybody.
When we come back, we'll have made a 3-hour drive from opera in the desert to the town of Baker and one of the country's most popular roadside landmarks. Then, I have a date with an alien. And Liam, He's got a date with a town with no vowels. Next. Welcome back to Eye on the Bay. I'm Brian Hackney.
And I'm Liam Redface Maitland.
And I'm Tweeboo. We just had a fabulous morning so far. We were in, Death Valley Junction, saw the Amargosa Opera House. That was cool.
Woo-hoo! And from Death Valley Junction, we drove, and drove, and drove. 3.5 hours through, well, not very much, stopping only for gas.
Oh, the benefits of traveling with 6 dudes. I get to clean the windshield. And look what, hey, where's Liam, do you think?
And we are now in a little town called Baker, California. They call this the gateway to Death Valley.
And you know what else it has?
No.
This.
Oh, good Lord, I didn't see
Tallest
that
thermometer in the world, 134 feet tall, symbolic of the hottest record temperature recorded right here in Death Valley in the entire country back in 1913.
And wait till you see what we're doing next. We're having lunch at the Mad Greek in Baker, known for their assortment of gaudy Greek art and tasty cuisine, including the
Euro.
I got a cheeseburger, and you know what? It's pretty good.
And just down the road from the thermometer is an alien spacecraft and an alien. No, Louis, you're not.
Hey.
Brian Hackney, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
This is alien fresh jerky. The jerky is made from fresh aliens, is that it?
About, yes.
About?
Yes, it's alien fresh.
You've got a theme going at this place.
Yes, absolutely.
Why aliens?
Because I'm an alien.
You are, really?
Yeah.
Which planet are you from?
Argentina.
You're from Argentina? What is your favorite alien jerky?
Pepper.
Oh, pepper jerky. Pepper jerky.
Whiskey.
Whiskey jerky.
Whiskey jerky. Barbecue on the moon.
Barbecue on the moon.
Yes.
All
Colon
right.
cleaner.
Colon cleaner.
Yes, that's the hottest one.
You have
Like
a lot-
22 different flavors that we have in the store, and people love it.
And what is this that we're standing in front of?
This is the UFO have just landed. We have it as an attraction.
Is there an actual alien inside?
It's an alien inside, yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, let's go see.
If you'd like to see it.
It costs $1 to see the alien?
Yes.
Oh!
There you are.
Attention, Earthlings. I see you have very important business to take care of.
Oh, yes.
So I'll let you in on a little secret.
What?
Failure is the mother of success. That is why, after thousands of years, I have finally created the perfect Martian to take over the world.
He works for he works for our show.
Hey, watch where you're walking. Oh dear. Now I shall have to create more Martians. Do you think you could get me some of that fresh beef jerky? The premium teriyaki is my favorite.
Oh, it's a little marketing tool, too. We've seen our first alien.
That's the one.
That's kind of exciting. Thank you for doing that. And by the way, if you thought this was weird, wait till you see where Liam is. Up next, Liam thinks he's headed to a 5-star resort called Zzyzx, but there's really no resort or town.
Hello? Anybody home? I have a 3 o'clock spa appointment.
Twee and I like to call it a long day's driving prank. After all, it's our way of having fun with Mr. Oh, I don't have a driver's license, Maitland. And later, we arrive for an overnight stay in a trailer park. Great. Stay with us. We're driving through the wild open space between Death Valley and Joshua Tree. The scenery is stunning, and the heat must be getting to us because we decide to play a little trick on Liam. This is a road trip after all. And there's a spot on the map called Zzyzx. We know that there's nothing there, but we decide to tell Liam that he's headed to check out a 5-star resort.
Oh my God, hot springs, seafood buffet. Is that sounding good? 5-star hotel? It's a resort. don't get you.
Listen as Liam gets nervous in the crew truck.
Okay, I'm just going to send a message to friends saying goodbye, because I have a feeling this may be the last time. Okay, this is just bizarre.
Welcome to Zzyzx.
What's that?
I guess we're here. This is it.
Oh, I thought we were going to a resort.
There is no resort.
There is no resort?
No. No.
So
it was a cheap gag at your expense. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I thought we were going to go to some fun resort. I was going to explore the funky rooms. Oh, man, there is no resort? How come I got it again? Why do I always get busted?
You got Zzyzxed.
Oh, man. Well, I guess this must be Main Street. Hello? Anybody home? I have a 3 o'clock spa appointment. Hello? Hello? Does anybody live here? Anybody? From the non-resort of Zzyzx, it's 60 miles to Barstow, where I find a most relevant museum and my 2 snickering co-hosts.
Look who's
What a
here.
blast I had at Zzyzx.
Did you enjoy your resort in Zzyzx?
What a great resort that is. I had the phantom facial, the phantom massage. A whole lot of fun, thanks, jerkies.
Well, you know, we just happen to be, well, we're munching on our alien jerkies, but, you know, we're right here on Route 66, historic Route 66.
Yeah.
Here's the museum.
Right here in Barstow. I'm going to go and check it out. Enjoy your jerky. In the early days of the automobile, traveling from Chicago to the West Coast was an ordeal. But that all changed in 1925 when Congress commissioned the first continuously paved highway from Chicago to Los Angeles. A new kind of adventurous travel was born, the road trip.
Oh, well, Route 66 brought people out to the west.
And here in Barstow, people come to bask in the nostalgic of the highway's heyday at the Route 66 Museum.
Automobile memorabilia and road memorabilia right here.
You may also see a lovely pair of earrings that say
Oh, yes, you might.
Route 66.
You might.
Yeah. Good heavens, 38 cents for gas back in the day.
Oh, this is a postmark art of Route 66 by artist Ken Tormel of Oklahoma. It took him years to get the postmark stamps of all the post offices along Route 66. We do have a lot of cars from this 1964 and a half Ford Mustang, a real classic, a real loved vehicle, to the 1915 Model T behind us.
I love it. Should we go for a drive?
Let's go, let's take it out. The admission is free, parking is free, and we're glad to open whenever we can.
Eventually, interstate freeways took over. They were faster, safer, and totally boring. But Route 66 still stands as a historical highway, and it will always be the first American road trip road. When we come back, the road turns dark, and we end up in a trailer park, one of the most colorful trailer parks on Earth. That's next.
Welcome back to Eye on the Bay. We wrapped up day 2 of our road trip by heading south out of Barstow along a long, straight, lonely road heading deep into the desert. It was Highway 247 and we hit it just at twilight.
As we continued deeper into the night, we found ourselves on this little, bumpy, mysterious road. At the end of it, this very unique spot.
It is amazing. It has a name, but you won't be able to find it on any map. It's unlike any other place you've seen.
Man.
We guarantee you, we'll show you.
All the info and everything we featured on our website, cbssf.com/Eye on the Bay. You'll also find us on Facebook.
Now, from 700 miles south of San Francisco, somewhere deep in the desert, I'm Brian.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Twee. Have a great night.
That's our road crew.
Hello,
Yes,
guys.
the hardworking
Thanks for
people.
everything. Very
Thank you.
hardworking. S'mores time.
What say we roast our marshmallows?
Yes.
Pardon the expression. Tomorrow, after we awaken and crawl out of these most impressive trailers, complete with AstroTurf, we'll be on the road. We'll spend our day in the Joshua Tree High Desert region, where we'll discover Pioneer Town. It's an old western town created by the folks in Hollywood. We'll even star in our own Eye on the Bay spaghetti western.
You stole my date, Brad.
And then, Liam and Twee find peace inside a giant sound chamber. By night, we'll be making our way to Palm Springs, and a very special Bay Area legend will be standing by. Stay with us as our great desert journey continues.
Promotional consideration provided by and a special thanks to the fine folks at the Furnace Creek Resort, a great oasis in the desert, and by the Hicksville Trailer Palace and City Rent-A-Car, San Francisco's answer to exotic and luxury car rentals.